Hello folks, this is Vlad aka Whiskey Foxtrot again with another look at Radeon RX Vega, but from a different angle. Specifically at driver updates and some behind the scenes info. I've been fortunate enough to make it into the Radeon Vanguard beta tester program, so I got to play with drivers in various stages of development. What is this Radeon Vanguard beta tester program, you ask? AMD's dedication to stability and quality goes a step further by involving the community before releasing drivers to the public. So, the Radeon Vanguard beta tester program is very much like most public gaming beta programs you may already be familiar with. On the Radeon Vanguard website, you can find more information about this process and also a way to apply to the Vanguard program. I highly recommend it if you have a current Radeon GPU. I'll include links in the description below. Speaking of drivers, how about some Crossfire action on the 17.9.2 drivers using Metro Redux benchmark? I'm running on my RX Vega 64 liquid cooled editions. Crossfire is on and chill is off. I'm running both cards on the balanced profile. Nothing special here, just plain old balanced preset. I've set up the benchmarks to use max settings, starting off with the 3440 by 1440 resolution. I do have motion blur and advanced physics turned off. A user pointed out on one of my other videos that you should have Radeon Chill turned off when running benchmarks. Radeon Chill works by boosting power when it's needed, for instance in fights or action-packed portions of the game where your input devices are used. For slow-paced sections like cruising on the E-Way or non-interactive cutscenes, for example, Radeon Chill cuts down the power for that portion of the game. I usually have it turned off anyway, as I tend to run a lot of benchmarks before playing any new game if it has a benchmark option. Even with it turned on, it does not seem to affect my gaming experience, as in I do not see lag, drop frames, or other stuttering. Even at lower frames in the sub 40 FPS range or console speeds, most games still perform satisfactorily. You will notice the frames drop during this benchmark in the low 40s, but it still runs smoothly. Anyway, I will be speeding up the rest of this run. I'm sure you've already seen the Metro Redux benchmark, so I'll skip through most of it. After all, we're only interested in the numbers. And here we go. The results are in. This was the run at 3440 by 1440, max quality, motion blur turned off. As you can see, all three runs are very consistent, so you can pretty much pick any of the values listed. The average frame rate is 51 with a max frame rate of 158 and a minimum of 15 frames per second. Again, This was 3440 by 1440p with max settings. Alright, time to look at the next run. I will not be doing a triple run because the average are just too close to call. So I'll speed it up here. This run is at 1900 or 1920 by 1200. Same max settings, motion blur, and advanced physics actually turned off here, I think. And that was the 1920 by 1200 run. Fairly quick and easy. All the settings were again at max. Motion blur turned off, as well as advanced physics turned off. Here we can see the max frames here at 110 frames with a max of 229 frames per second and a minimum of only 8 frames per second. Anyway, there you have it. There was some Crossfire action on the current as in 17.9.2 drivers. And if you would like to see specific games tested in Crossfire or without Crossfire, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have a Radeon GPU, I highly recommend looking into the Vanguard beta tester program if you can provide feedback and work under an NDA environment. Thanks again for watching.